The PS5 reveal was a couple days ago. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome to the crew. My name is Reggie, and I'm here with my friends Lewis, Tony, and Rebecca. And today we're going to talk about the PS5 reveal. So, guys, how did you like the reveal?
It was so awesome. I just rewatched it right before we started filming, and the system looks fantastic. The visuals are amazing. Most of the games I can't wait to start playing, but I'm super hyped about all of it.
The games were the highlight for sure. As far as, the games like Spider-Man, Ratchet & Clank, Horizon, for sure. Those are the things that I really focused on, especially, Sony's reputation with first-party titles. I wanted to see the best of the best. I think they delivered for the most part.
Tony, how about you?
Oh, yes. I think this PlayStation system is going to be fantastic. The power that it has will definitely be worth it for whatever price point it comes out as, for sure.
Awesome. Well, we saw a couple game reveals, some indie games, some high-tier games. Was there any game in particular that you guys are excited about?
Yes, I am super excited for the new Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of my favorite video games, rivaling Skyrim, which, as you know, is like my top game ever. So to hear the sequel is coming out, I am ecstatic, and it looks beautiful. I can't wait to see how they progress the story, for sure.
Personally, I think that the Spider-Man game will be the most interesting thing that comes out. For me, up there is also the Ratchet & Clank game. I want to see this new character where they go with that whole storyline. Everything, really, those two games are the most that I am interested in.
I think it's Grand Theft Auto 5 for the third consecutive generation. I mean, by far, that's the best.
Go.
Yes, undefeated.
But no, there were a few games that I was really excited about. There was the Bethesda game that got announced. It's something Loopfall or I believe.
Downfall?
Are you talking about Deathloop?
Deathloop, yes.
Yeah.
I just looked it up myself. I have my iPad next to me. Deathloop, yeah. So I saw that get announced at last year's E3, and I just love the studio. The studio made the Dishonored series, Prey, and they've always been... Those games have been great. Dishonored games are some of my favorite games. So them releasing that trailer and it's going to be exclusively for PS5 and PC, that game looks amazing. And then
I did not know that, actually. I didn't know it was going to be an exclusive.
Yeah, they just announced that at the event that it was going to be exclusive. And also the Ghostwire Tokyo game, also Bethesda published game. Those two games look phenomenal, and I'm super excited to play them, especially with Deathloop being an actual launch title coming with the PS5, so we won't have to wait too long on that one.
So we did see a good amount of games. Some games were kind of just shown, some were explained a little better, but I did catch a couple of games that I wasn't expecting to like on Appearance Simply. Like Little Devil Inside. Just by the short video I watched, I thought it was amazing already, and I'm really interested in getting it. Was there any game that you guys saw and kind of didn't really even know that you would like it and maybe want to purchase it later?
I saw one that was published by Gearbox. Godfall, yes, Godfall. So it's the way it looks like it's a hack and slash, kind of like a looter hack and slash. So it's like loot system like Destiny and Anthem and Borderlands would be, but it's more hack and slash. That one looks super interesting. I'm not a big fan of those looter type games, but that one looked awesome. The way that it played and the gameplay looked super, super cool.
How about you, Tony? Any game that you didn't realize you needed until you kind of saw them?
Visually, Kena, Bridge of Spirits was a really cool, interesting game. Kind of looked like a mix between Avatar meets Pikmin for PlayStation. It was really cool with the little fuzzy black creatures. That was definitely...
It's funny you actually mentioned Pikmin, because when I saw that, I was thinking like Pikmin 2020. I saw it and I was just like, is that their new version of the game?
I was thinking the same thing, basically just like, oh wow, Sony's got their own Pikmin thing going on.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. That was the thing that kind of floored me. I was like, oh.
How about you, Rebecca?
Yes, a few of the games that I was really interested in were also the Ghostwire Tokyo that Lewis mentioned earlier, and I really, really am excited for Stray because I can't wait to be able cat with a backpack roaming around future night city robot.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see that game coming.
Yeah, me neither. And we don't really know too much about, except for solving the mysteries of that town, but it looks really cool. And also, Project Anthea, I think that's how you say it. It's a working title, but just the graphics and the gameplay and how they displayed that looks like it's going to be a really interesting game, really deep plot. That looks interesting for sure.
So once the actual look of the PlayStation 5 came out, the trolls all of a sudden decided to slide out, and now it's refrigerator, Wi-Fi router gang all the way.
Sorry, it's definitely Seto Kaiba the machine, and no one can tell me anything otherwise.
Oh God, I forgot that there were like more that came out afterwards. I guess that question more or less is: do you guys like how it looks, or does it look? Do you guys agree that it does kind of look kind of silly?
The build with the disc in it kind of looks ridiculous. The router means seem to be a little bit more accurate on that one. The digital version that seems more just sleek and slim. I like that design. Hopefully, it's in different colors.
That would be awesome.
I don't like a system that's all white, but I have no problem with it. Everything looks weird the first time you see it. So
this is true. How about you, Rebecca?
I don't know how I feel about having a miniature Eye of Sauron in my household, but I hope that Sony kind of gets like a little bit of a nudge in the right direction. So I'm like, oh, maybe we can do this. Of course, it would cost more to get that system, but it might be more visually appealing.
How about you, Lewis? Are you liking it? Or have the memes corrupted you?
So, with the memes and stuff, I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
I thought about, because I had seen other content creators make this point, how many times do you really, while you're in front of the TV or in front of your monitor, wherever you play, do you really sit there and look at your PS4 itself and your Xbox One or whatever you have? How many times do you honestly sit there and look at it?
The first day, maybe a couple times. After that, pretty much never.
You glance at it, right?
Exactly.
So, for me, I don't really care about how it looks, because what matters to me is, as cheesy as it sounds, this applies to life in itself as well, folks. It's what's on the inside that counts.
Oh.
So I think my only complaint, and this applies to not just the PS5, but it applies to the Xbox Series X as well, is that they're big. They're very large. So I think my one complaint is that I'm probably going to have to buy a whole new TV stand set to accommodate for how big these consoles are going to be, which I understand the reasoning. I think today the Sony came out with the reasoning why it's so large is because it's to accommodate cooling and things like that, to accommodate what's actually inside the console. So it's fine, but it's big. It's large.
I was expecting to get a little bigger. It seems like when I realized that they were going to be adding a lot more stuff and it was going to be a lot stronger of a system, I kind of thought that it was probably going to be a little bigger. We did see a good amount of games. Lewis, you brought up earlier how Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be rocking the nation. And of course, we're all still patiently waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6. But were there any other games that you guys didn't see that night that you might hope to see come out in the future?
Honestly, not really. Things that I'm excited for in the future for games have either been already announced or I don't expect them to come out in the next year. For example, the next installment for Final Fantasy, I don't expect it to be out for a while. Things like that nature. So I kind of take things one step at a time when it comes to gaming. I don't let the hype get to me because that's how you get disappointed.
True.
So that's my take on it. I don't really hype myself up as much as I used to.
How about you, Lewis? Anything you might want to see in the future from the new system?
So two that I would like to mention. One would be the actual second, or the actual sequel to Spider-Man, because Miles Morales is more of like a side story from what they've announced. It's a standalone game, but it's not the direct sequel to, I think it's like a setup to the sequel for Spider-Man. So I guess my prediction is we'll probably get this as like just a standalone title. They already announced holiday of this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if they announce the actual sequel to Spider-Man for holiday 2021. That wouldn't surprise me at all. And also, can I please get my next Batman Arkham title.
That would be awesome.
They've been teasing it for years now, the actual development company, and I need them to announce it now. I'm tired of rumors of it getting announced at this event or that event. I just need it. Just WB Montreal, if you're listening, please, just I beg you.
New Batman, definitely. I feel you, man. How about you, Rebecca? Any hopefuls for the future?
I would say that I'm gonna second what was just said because I never even thought of that, but yes. And just as my heart was crushed and Elder Scrolls 6 was pushed back to 2025 and my dreams are disintegrated into ash, I want to see more of Bethesda had 2 really strong games that they showcased for the PS5, but I want to see more about what Starfield is going to be, since that is probably the project that pushed back Elder Scrolls 6. And I'm salty and I need more information to see why.
Todd Howard, if you're listening.
Todd Howard, hi. Please answer my calls before I cry. I might not make it to 2025. And if I don't, I need to become a character in the game. Make me one of the Dark Brotherhood guild members that doesn't die or betray the guild.
Catwoman of the Dark Brotherhood, yes.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Hello.
Alright, new Batman, new Skyrim. Got it, guys. Alright, well, we are out of time for today. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed, please comment and like below. Again, this is my friends Lewis, Rebecca, and Tony. I am Reggie. This is the crew, and we are out.
Bye-bye.